Dear students in grade 9, good afternoon. Welcome to our English seminar for today, in which we are going to discuss units 7 and 8 in both books, the student's book and the activity book. Well, dear students, dear colleagues, let me first remind you before we start our seminar for today that we can receive your calls in Arabic when you feel that you can't speak English very well. It's okay. You can communicate or contact the control. You can talk with the control, give your questions in Arabic, and then the control will give us your questions. We will be able to answer your questions. It's okay, as usual. Well, dear students, as you know, in units 7 and 8 we have some grammatical, let's say, skills. We will try to focus because we have only maybe 15 minutes. We don't have enough time to cover all these units or all the details, but we will try to focus the most important skills in these two units. Before we start, dear students, dear colleagues, let me first welcome my colleagues who are going to participate in this seminar. Mr. Mazen Abdul Karim, English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon, Mr. Mazen. And Mr. Jamal Haddal, English teacher in Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good afternoon, Mr. Jamal.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bassett.
Well, let me ask you from the very beginning. Of course, as we know, Mr. Mazen, we have the conditional sentences.
Yes.
Maybe they are mentioned not only in one unit, they are mentioned in both units, in two units, but maybe in the first unit they discuss type 1 of conditionals or the first conditionals. In the second unit, maybe we discuss the second conditional. So in this seminar, we will try to cover these two types, the first conditionals and the second conditionals, the form of conditionals and why we use the first form and the second form. Mr. Mazen, please.
Yes, dear students, we have the conditional sentence, a sentence with if has an if clause and a main clause. Example, if I hear any news, dear student, this is the if clause. I will phone you, this is the main clause. So we can also vice versa the sentence. I will phone you if I hear new news.
You mean, Mr. Mazen, that we can start our sentence with the if clause and we can start our sentence with the result clause, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
The conditional sentence, you know, dear students, dear colleagues, we have three types of if clause. The type number one, which is example, I will give you example. If we take a bus, I will be, it will be cheaper. Type 2, if we took a bus, it would be cheaper. Type 3, if we had taken a bus, it would have been cheaper.
But of course, we will try to focus, as we said, on type 1 and 2.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Now, dear students, we will discuss the first type of conditional sentence, if, with the present simple accompanied with will. Let's take these examples. The first example is, if you post the letter today, it'll get there by Thursday. As you can see, dear students, it's the positive form of the conditional sentence accompanied with the present tense. Let's see the second example, dear students. If you don't hurry, the others will go without us. As you can see, this is the negative form of present tense accompanied with will. And the third example is, if he doesn't feel well, he won't go to school. But let me mention something, dear students, that the conditional if, the case 1, which is the present simple accompanied with will, it meant to express the possible future, something that will possibly happen at the future.
It may happen in the future
yes,
if the condition has been achieved.
Yes, exactly.
If this condition has been achieved, it is possible to happen.
It's possible to happen.
If you don't hurry, the others will go without us. But if we hurry, the others will go with us.
Yes.
They will go with us.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Let's now, dear student, discuss the type 2, which is if, past tense, accompanied with would. Let's see the first example, dear students. If I had £1 million, I'd probably buy a house. The second example, it would be awful if you lost your passport. The third example, if I wanted to get fit, I would do regular exercises. As you can see here, dear students, the second conditional usually express something imaginary, something that
Unreal.
something that won't happen.
It is unreal.
Yes, it's
Or
unreal.
It's not
exactly.
possible now.
It's not
For
possible
example,
now.
if I say, Mr. Jamal, if I had a computer now, I would use or surf the net. But of course, I don't have.
I don't have a
I'm
computer.
imagining something about the present which is not true.
Yes,
Am I right?
exactly.
Like this one, the first one. If I had £1 million, it means that I don't have £1 million, right?
Yes.
If you lost your passport, it is a supposition. I mean, I'm supposing something which is not true,
Yes.
right? If you lost your passport, but you didn't lost it, you didn't lose it.
But I imagine.
I'm imagining.
I'm imagining this
If you
situation.
lost your passport, it would be something awful, very bad. It would be very bad or awful if you lost your passport. of
Or in
course.
the third example, if I wanted to get fit, I do regular exercises. Maybe now I'm fit, but if I wanted to get fitter, I would do regular exercises. But
Good.
at the meantime, I'm not in need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Mazen,
Yes.
it's okay if we can, let's say, explain or give more details about type 2, please.
Yes.
Is it with
two-
where, maybe?
With where?
With verb to be.
Yes. We use if I were to imagine what you would do if you were in someone else's place, or if your situation was different. If I were you, now, dear students, I'm imagining that I'm someone else. I would apologize to my parents for having bad result in the exam. Another example, dear students, if I were rich, I would buy a new car.
But I am not.
I'm not.
not.
I
If I
wish.
were you, but I am not you.
Yes,
Yes,
Right?
exactly. I'm not in your
Good.
position.
Good, good. Very clear.
yes.
Here, we should focus on verb to be, Mr. Mazin, students, that we can use where, it is formal, of course, and we can use was with the singular, right?
Yes.
So if I can say if I was a millionaire,
Yes,
right?
you can
if
say.
I was rich.
Yes,
it's
Mr.
okay.
Basil, where, when
Yes.
we have
so where,
formal
where
English,
can be used with all pronouns.
all pronouns can be used with where.
Why? Because
Yes.
we use be here in the unreal past.
Yes,
Yes.
it's
Right? So
something
we can use it
imaginative.
with all
Exactly.
pronouns. It is
Okay.
something known in formal English. It's okay. What else? Now,
Yes, we
let's
have
try
to just to have
do an exercise.
exercise. It's will be very beneficial for the students.
Okay.
Number 1, I will phone you if I arrive or arrived early. The answer is if I arrive, because we have we have to take to choose arrive.
Good.
Yes, let's see the second example. If you told me a secret, I won't tell, or the second option, wouldn't tell anyone.
So-
And the obvious answer is wouldn't tell.
Why?
Now you're using the second conditional. You're using if, the past form.
Because
it's
the verb,
obvious, yes.
Because the verb in the if clause is in the past.
in the
simple.
past sentence, so I have to choose the would form.
Good.
Number 3, if I am were you, I would apologize to the teacher for being impolite. The answer is if I were you, because the second one we have would, so we have to choose where.
Let's see the next example. If I were rich, I'd will buy my parents a new car. The obvious answer here, since I'm talking about an imaginary situation, is would buy. Now, we have the conditional if accompanied with where, so I have to choose the would form.
Yes. Another example, if I were a doctor, I would treat the poor. So the second one we have would, so the answer is where, and it is type 2.
Let's, dear students, see the final example. If I have had a computer, I'd surf or I would surf the net. And the answer is if I had a computer, I would surf the net. Now I have the would form, so I have to choose the past,
Yes.
the past form of verbs.
Yes. Now, we have, that's everything, dear students, about the conditionals. We hope that everything is clear. The form and why we use the first conditionals, why we use the second conditionals. Now, as you know, maybe we have something else, the future simple tense. Why or when can we use the future? What is the form of the future tense? Please.
We usually use the future simple tense to express prediction, to express future plans, plans for the futures, something that I may not have plans for. There are actually two forms of future tenses, which is the will form and the going to form.
Okay.
And today we'd like to learn about the will form. Now we have several examples expressing the will form. Let's see the first example. First, in the positive form, I'll have to use the subject, which is I, the auxiliary verb, which is will, the main verb open, and the complement of the sentence, which is the door. Let's see another example which follow the same pattern. You, the subject, will, the auxiliary, finish, the main verb, and before me. Now let's go
You
to
will finish before me.
Now let's see the negative form of the will tense or the will. We will put the subject with a she, the auxiliary verb will. Now I have to follow it with not to express negativity. The main verb is be, and we will continue at school tomorrow. Let's continue with the negative form. We
So here, the short form of will not
is won't.
Yes.
She will not be at school tomorrow. She won't be at
School tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Let's do the same example. We will not, which is the negative form, leave yet. Or we can use the contraction, we won't leave yet.
Good.
Finally, let's go to the question form. I'll have to change between the auxiliary verb and the subject, so I'll begin with will. Will you and the main verb arrive on time? Or will they want dinner?
So we use the auxiliary verb.
Verb, yes.
We put it at the beginning.
At the beginning of the
Will
sentence.
you arrive on time?
Yes.
Will they want dinner?
Exactly.
Will they succeed? Etc. We can ask many things about the future by using the auxiliary verb.
Exactly.
Will. Exactly. Mr. Mazen,
Yes.
now let's talk about the uses of this form. Why we use will?
Yes. Dear students, we use will for something which is called no plan. It means that something we have decided.
When something happens suddenly.
Yes. At the time of speaking, we have decided it.
You mean we use it for sudden decisions?
Yes.
When we don't have an idea before about it.
Yes.
You mean we
No
don't
plan.
have any idea, no
Idea.
plan at
Yes.
all about
Yes. No previous
the
plans
incident
about-
or the
Yes.
event which is
No.
happening in
Yes.
front of us.
Yes.
So then we use will. For example, when someone calls you and I'm talking to you, you may say, excuse me, I'll answer the phone.
Yes.
So it is something happens suddenly. You have no plan about it before.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Another example, I want to write, the speaker number one, I want to write, but I don't have a pen. Another speaker, the second one, hold on, I will get you a pen. I will give you a pen.
Good.
The second use for will is prediction. We use will to predict the future, dear students. For example, it will rain tomorrow. The weather will be hotter tomorrow. It won't get colder. Yes.
Good. What about the second form, Mr. Jamal?
Today-
Be going to.
Yes, today we're going to learn about the going to form and how we're going to form a sentence with going to. First, let's start with the positive sentence. First, let's start with the subject. I am going to buy a new car. I, the subject,
Okay.
am the auxiliary verb.
Mr.
Go to-
Jamal, sorry for interruption. Before we go on, we have a call. Marwa, good afternoon.
Good Good morning.
Marwa?
And good morning, Ustad.
It's okay. Good morning, good afternoon. It is now afternoon, so we can say good afternoon. Okay.
In 26.
Page what? Sorry?
26.
26 in the
Activity.
activity book, Marwa?
Mm.
Okay, just a minute, please.
Number 3 ونمبر 4 و5.
Okay. Number,
Which
page
exercise?
26. Am I right?
Yes.
Page, page 26.
Exercise.
4, 5,
Yes.
3, 4, 5,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
Page 26.
26.
I'm trying to
Yes.
open the page. Here we are. Now, page 26. Here we are. Yes. It is number 3, 4, 5. Now,
Number 4.
yes, number 3. Let's try to do the exercise,
yes.
please. Mr. Mazen, complete
Yes.
the sentences here with A, the indefinite article, the definite article, or nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1. One of the past, because we have best, we use the places for tourists. Nothing to visit in Syria is the old city. It is in the center of Damascus because we have only one center. We use the. It includes a wonderful old covered market called Souk al-Hamidiyya and the famous Umayyad Mosque that dates back to 705 AD.
Here, because we use that because we are talking about something in particular,
Yes.
which is the Umayyad Mosque.
Mosque.
So here we are not talking about any mosque else. Here we are talking about the Umayyad Mosque.
Yes.
So when we talk about something in particular, something specific, we use that. When
Yes.
we want to talk in general about something, we don't use that. Okay?
And
For many centuries,
for
Damascus was the trade
Damascus
center.
was the trade center for the whole region, and today it's a popular tourist destination.
Yes.
And a favorite location for foreigners wanting to learn Arabic.
Yes, that's right. It is.
It is a beautiful place to visit. The streets are full of people buying, selling. You can ask any of the locals.
Because here we are talking about
the
some people
in Damascus.
specific, the people of Damascus. So here we have to use that.
Yes, they
Yes.
are very helpful and eager to show off the
city.
city because the second mention.
It is known.
Known
Yes.
now.
Which is Damascus.
Enjoy your visit.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jamal, can we do the second exercise? I mean exercise 4.
Yes.
Complete the sentence.
Complete the
with any,
sentence.
some, many, or all, please.
Yes, let's start. Let's start with the first sentence. Who ate all the biscuits? The packet is empty.
Because the packet is empty, it means that who ate all the biscuits?
All the biscuits.
Exactly. Number 2, please. The wonderful.
Tourist sites in Syria is the reason why many people come here.
Good. 3.
I haven't got any news about exam results yet. 4. There is still some water left in the jug. Do you want any more?
We use any in questions
Question
and negative forms. Yes.
Some people in Switzerland can speak Romansh, but not many. Number 6, I often listen to music while I study, but not all the time. Number 7, hardly any plants are able to survive in the icy Antarctic. Number 8, not many people know that Sir Edmund Hillary, who first climbed Mount Everest, was born in New Zealand.
Good. Before we go on to do exercise number 5, we have a call. Hussein, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Thank you. We're fine. Thank you very much.
Can I ask a question, please?
Of course, Hussein. Your question, please.
When in the missing word, when we have in the beginning of the sentence hardly, what should we put?
When we have hardly, like this
Hardly
one,
any.
number 7.
Yes.
Hardly any people, right? Hardly any people know. It means that you can't find someone who knows. It means the opposite. When we say hardly any people know, it means that maybe very few people know, right? So hardly any plants here, maybe hardly any plants. And we have maybe another example. No, it is the same example here, number 7. Hardly any plants are able to survive in the icy Antarctic. Okay, Hussein?
Yes, and I have another question, please.
What is it, please?
When we use if I were you, why we put were, why we put was?
Okay. First of all, Hussein, you can use both, okay? You can use were and you can use was. It's okay. Why do we use were? Your question is right. Here, we use were. We can use verb to be in English grammar. We can say that we use verb to be were with all pronouns in the second type of conditionals because it is something imaginative and real. So when you want to use be in the unreal past or in the imaginative form, you can use were with all pronouns. Okay? We can say, if I were a millionaire, if I were rich, because I am imagining something about the present. Of course, we can use was also, but maybe were is more formal than was. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any other question, Hussein?
It means in the test.
Both are accepted, Hussein.
In the exam,
in the exam, if you write were, it is correct, and if you write was, it is correct. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Basil, not
Yes.
full or the pronouns was.
Only with the singular.
Yes.
We are talking
I,
about
he,
singular.
she,
of course.
it, you can use
with
was.
he, she, it.
Yes.
When you use were with he, she, it, okay, and I, in the second conditions, it is accepted. When you use was, it is also accepted. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, teacher.
Welcome, Hussein. Goodbye. Thank you. Wish you good luck. Mr. Mazen, please,
Yes.
let's try to do in a hurry
Yes.
the last exercise.
Yes. Complete the sentence with too much, too many, too few, not enough, or
Or
more. Number 1, rain will damage the crops. The answer, too much rain, uncountable. I'm sorry, I can't buy a ticket because it costs too much. You know, the cost is...
Because we are talking about money.
Money is
cost.
uncountable, and I haven't got enough money. Many people move to the city because there are too few jobs for them in the smaller towns. There are already 8 hotels in the town, and they are planning to build more in the future. You can't cycle on the pavement because they are not wide enough. Usually when we have negative, usually we have enough for pedestrians as well as bicycles. In the future, more cars will mean more traffic jams, more pollution, and in my opinion, not enough is being done about the problem. If too many people want to go on the morning course, we will have a second class in the afternoon. The last one, if you eat too much, because you know food is uncountable, before you do exercise you will feel ill.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mazen. We have another call. Ilyas, good afternoon. Ilyas, good afternoon. Good afternoon. No call. Okay, let's go back to the
Going to
the
Yes.
the last
previous
Yes.
point, which was about going
Which was
to.
about going to and
Yes.
how to form the going to. First, let's see the first example. I, the subject, am going to, the infinitive. After going, I put the infinitive form of verb to buy a new car. And let's try to use the contraction form. Instead of I am going to go swimming. And now let's see the negative form. He is not going to take the exam. Of course, I can also use the contraction form in negative. It isn't going to rain. Finally, let's see the question form. First, I have to use the auxiliary in the place of the subject. Are you going to paint the house?
No, this is the form, Mr.
Yes,
Juma.
this is the form.
What about the use? What is the difference, for example, between will and be going to?
Yes.
Please.
In going to, I use it for intention, for plans. For example, we're not going to paint our bedroom tomorrow. This is something that
we have decided this before we speak.
Yes. Now we have a plan that we are not going to paint our bedroom tomorrow. Now I make an intention.
It is something planned before.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
And I can use it for prediction. The sky is very black, it's going to rain. It's different from other prediction. Now I'm sure that the sky is black,
It's going to snow.
So it's going to snow.
Good, good. Thank you very much. I think now we have something different, Mr. Mazen. Some linking words are mentioned in these two units. Let's try to highlight some of them, please.
Yes, dear students, we have to take into consideration two things. When we have time clause, which starts with when, as soon as, until, before, after, when we have present, we can continue the sentence with future or with the present. And when we have past, simple past, we continue the sentence with the simple past. Example, can you call me when the lunch is ready? So can, it means at the time, something else happens. Yes, the second one, the second linking word is as soon as, which means immediately. Example, as soon as I arrive, I will call you. Until, which means up to a point in time. Example, they played football in the garden until it got dark. Before, at an earlier time, it means at an earlier time. Ahmed left his office before we arrived. It means before we arrived, Ahmed left his office. After, at a later time. Example, the last one, after I finished school, I visited my aunt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mazen. I think everything is clear now. Dear students, before we go on, we have a call. Good afternoon. Ahmad, maybe? Amir, sorry. Amir, good afternoon. Amir. Good afternoon, Amir.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. How
Good.
are you?
We're fine, thank you, Amir. What is your question, Amir?
Actually, I wanna show you my skills in English before I ask you.
Thank you.
Show us his English.
It's okay, it's okay.
Your English is
It's
okay.
a nice try. Okay.
What's your opinion about me?
You speak very well. It seems that you can speak English fluently. Good, Amir. Do you have a question?
Yes.
What is it?
Page 35.
In the activity book? In the activity book, Amir, or in the student's book?
Activity.
Activity book. Okay. Page. Again, please. Page.
Page 35.
35. Okay. Page 35. What exercise?
Page 5.
It is about writing, maybe? What is it? Write a health diary? Is it the page here? Can you see it? Can you use the laptop, please? Thank you. Is it about writing a health diary for a week? Page 35. Amir, you can use the phone. Listen to me from the phone, please, not from TV. Okay?
Page 53, choose the correct word.
53 or 35?
53.
53, okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Page 53.
Exercise
Good.
5.
Exercise what? Which exercise, Amir? Exercise 4, 5, 6, which one?
Choose the correct words.
Exercise 5, okay. 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 Mr. Mazen,
Yes,
please.
I will do number 1.
Mr. Jamal, we can talk
Yes,
with Amir,
this
please.
painting, Amir, was painted by monet in the 19th century because it is simple past, passive in the past.
Yes. Sentence 2, Amir. The ancient pyramids were built by the Egyptian. It's also, we're
Because
talking
they are ancient, so we use were, not are. Okay? It happened in the past.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
Number 3, Amir. Today, millions of mobile phones calls are being made every second.
We use are being because we have today.
Today.
Yes.
Present continuous.
Number 4, Ahmed. Traditionally in this day, special food can be eaten, and this is still the case today.
I think it's better to say was eaten, and this is still the case.
Traditionally, on this day,
Yes.
special food
Was eaten.
was eaten, and this is still the case.
Today.
We
It can
can,
be
we
used,
can, we can use
can
it.
be.
We can use it. We can use it. Okay.
Okay.
If the speaker wants or means that this thing was done before now, we use was. If the speaker means or wants to say that it is still going on now at the time, we can use is being. It's
Yes.
okay. It depends on the speaker. The last one.
The last
5.
one, exams in Syria are usually done at the end of each school semester because this is
Okay.
we have usually.
But maybe let's go back to number 4 here, because we have, and this
This
is
is-
still the case.
Yes.
The
Look,
answer
here
is was.
we can't use is being, we have to use was. Why? Because we have, this is still the case. If we don't have this clause, we can use was or is being. It's okay. But because here we have, and this is still the case,
Today.
so it means that it was eaten in the past and it is still eaten on this day in the present.
Yes.
This is the meaning. Thank you very much. Okay, Amir,
Yes.
do you have any other question?
No, thank you very
Okay,
much.
we wish you good luck, Amir. Good students. We can say that your English is very, very good. You can speak fluently. We wish you good luck in the exam. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back now to the students' book.
Okay.
I think it is in Unit 7.
Yes.
Here we have the first conditionals, and let's go directly to do some exercises. I think doing exercises is
Better.
better than maybe discussing something else. Here in the students' book, maybe we have only exercise 5. Here the students can practice the second form of conditionals with each others. I mean, the student can work with his partner. It is exercise 5, page Unit 8, page 61. Copy, the rubric says, copy and complete these sentences about the story. Here we have a story. But if we look at the example here, if it wasn't so dark, Tariq could study the painting properly. Of course, here the student should go back to the story, read the story very
he
well
continues.
in order to talk about the events that happened in the story. So it is a very nice or good practice of the second conditionals. I don't think we have something here
No.
about exercises, I mean, important. But if we go directly to page
40.
page 40,
Yes. Activity book.
yes, in the activity book, page 40, exercise maybe
2.
2, yes. Let's try to do the exercise here
Yes.
together.
Okay.
If we look at the help books, dear students, here, it is mentioned very well, the form of will, why we use will, etc., and be going to. Let's try to do the exercise
Sure.
directly. Exercise 2.
Okay.
Write P for a prediction or D for a decision, then complete the sentences with the correct form of will or going to.
Okay.
So here, when it is a prediction, we use will. If it is not a
Decision.
prediction, it is a decision that is taken before speech, we use be going to, right?
Exactly.
Simply speaking.
Okay.
Let's do it. Number 1 is done, I
Is
think.
done. Number 1 is done. Number 2.
I'm sure. Let's try to explain it, number one, please.
I'm sure it won't rain. The sky looks clearer now. So
It is a prediction.
Prediction.
Okay, before we go on, maybe Inas, good afternoon. Bashar, sorry, another call. Bashar, good afternoon. How are you, Bashar?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
How are you?
Oh, we're fine, thank you, Bashar. I'm fine. What is your question, Bashar?
I've got the question, page 26.
Page 26.
Activity.
In the activity book?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good, good.
The same.
Page 20, the same maybe?
Yes, we have.
We have just done, we have already done it?
Yes.
It's okay. Let's try to go back to it because Bashar maybe would like to ask about something in specific. Which exercise, Bashar?
Exercise 4, sentence number
7?
7.
7. We have already done it, Bashar. Maybe Marwa called us and asked us about it, maybe. Hardly, Mr. Mazin?
Yes. Bashar, the sentence is hardly, and you know hardly, it's very close to the negativity, to the negative question, to the negative sentence. So hardly any plants are able to survive in the icy Antarctic.
Bashar, when we say hardly, this word has a negative meaning. When we say rarely, this word has a negative meaning.
Seldom.
So hardly any plants, it means that maybe all plants, but not all, maybe only few plants can survive. It means that most of the plants can't survive in the icy Antarctic. It means in the South Pole. Okay? Bashar?
Okay.
Okay, Bashar?
Thanks.
Is it clear?
Yes, yes, of course.
Good, thank you. Do you have any other question, Bashar?
No, no, thanks.
Goodbye, thank you very much. You see, dear students, I really appreciate all the students that they, let's say, who call us and let's say use fluent English. I don't mean, of course, that if those students who can't or are not able to use fluent English are not good. They have the right to ask about anything in the course, but when they want to ask, they can talk with the control. They can speak in Arabic with the control. Give your question, and the control will give us your question. Will be able to answer your questions here, of course, but we can't answer the questions in Arabic. Of course, we will answer your questions. Even when you speak Arabic, we will answer you in English because we are here English teachers. We don't speak Arabic. Okay, let's go back to, sorry? We have another call, Riham from Damascus. Good afternoon, Riham.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
I
Good.
have a group of questions.
Okay, a lot of questions. What is...
I want to ask how the question will be used page 41 in the future.
Sorry, Riham, please mention which page? Which page?
41.
21 in the activity book?
41.
20?
31?
31.
40.
41
Okay.
in the activity book, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's try to answer your first question, please. Which exercise?
Exercise 6.
6.
Okay. Here, exercise 6, the rubric says, rewrite the sentence pairs as one sentence. So here we have pairs of sentences, Riham, 2 sentences, and we have to rewrite them in one sentence. I mean, you have to use the words in brackets. And the words in brackets, Riham, here are called connecting words. Okay, Riham? You have to connect sentence 1 with sentence 2 to make them one sentence. Okay, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Mazin, please, we can do it.
Yes, number 1. I'll stay indoors.
It hasn't
stopped raining. We join the 2 sentences by using until. They will become I'll stay indoors until it stops raining.
Exactly. I'll stay indoors. I'll stay at home until it stops raining. When it stops raining, it means that I can go out. Okay, Riham?
Okay.
Good. What about number 2? Can you do number 2, Riham? Promise you'll phone me and tell me. You get your results later. We have here as soon as. You know the meaning of as soon as, Riham. It means immediately after. Okay? It means immediately after. So here, promise you'll phone me and tell me. Can you do it, Riham? Can you do it? Riham? Can you?
Yes.
Can you do number 2? Can you join these 2 pairs? No?
Yes.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it, please. Do it.
I
Promise.
want to example.
Okay. Promise you'll phone me. Riham. Riham is not with us. It's okay. We can do the exercise.
Yes.
Promise you'll phone me and tell me as soon as
You get
your results. That's it. So as soon as you get your results, promise me that you will phone me and tell me about your results.
Yeah.
This is the meaning. Number 3, I'll come out with you.
After
I'll
I
finish
finish.
work at 5 o'clock.
Yes, after I finish work, just the same.
I'll come out with you after I finish work at
Yes.
5 o'clock. Number 4,
You can wait here until
It's not time
it's
for
not
you-
time for you to go home.
so you can wait here until it's time to go home.
Yes.
Right? You can wait here until it's time to go home.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 5,
I'd never seen her before I met her at the conference.
so I'd never seen her before I met her at the conference.
Number 6.
Good.
I will phone you when I get to the station at 4 o'clock.
I'll phone you when I get to the station at 4 o'clock. Very nice. Now, we were talking about
Exercise 2.
with page, please.
The same 40.
Yes, 40. Exercise number 2.
Okay.
Let's go on, please.
Amal is very good at science. I think she will be famous doctor one day. Prediction?
Yes, number 3, what are you going to do when you finish school? And this is obviously decision.
Yes.
Number 4, I have decided. Look, dear students, a decision.
It is very clear.
Clear.
I've taken my decision.
Yes, I'm going to study French next year, as well as biology.
Okay, Mr. Mazin, we have another call. Zain, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, my dear. What is your question?
Teacher, can I talk with you in Arabic?
It's okay. Give your question.
تيتشر هلا انا عندي سؤال هلا بس بدي اعرف الفرق بين البريزنت بيرفكت والبريزنت كونتينيوس بيرفكت.
Okay. The present perfect, do you know the form of the present perfect simple? It is formed with have, has, and verb 3, right?
Yeah.
And the present perfect continuous, it is formed with have, has, plus been, plus ing, right? For example,
Yes.
we say, we have finished the seminar. It means that the action is completed, right? We have studied English. It means the action that is completed, finished. Okay, Zain? When you say, I have visited Mazin, it means that I have done this. When I say, I have been visiting Mazin, it means that the action is still going on. It is not completed. This is the main difference. When we say, we have, let's say, finished tenses, it means that we have done it. When we say, we have been explaining about tenses, it means that we are still talking about tenses. We hope that my answer is clear to you, but next time, my dear, try. We encourage you. It's okay to ask about the present perfect and the present perfect continuous in English. It is very easy to say, what is the difference, my dear Zain, between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous? But it's okay. I greet you because you want the information. You called us, and we are here to help you. There is no problem. Thank you very much. My dear students, I think time is over, right? Time is over. So we hope that in our seminar for today, we could cover the most important skills in Unit 7 and Unit 8. At the end of this seminar, let me thank my dear colleagues who participated me in this seminar. Mr. Mazin Abdul Karim, English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Thanks for coming, Mr. Mazin. Mr. Jamal Haddal, English teacher from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Thanks for coming. Thank you for your participation. And I'd like to thank all the students who called us and participated in this seminar. Dear students, we meet tomorrow at 9 o'clock in another seminar for grade 9. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. See you tomorrow. For the time being, we wish you good luck. Thank you. Goodbye.